Hello, and welcome back to another My Porch Prints video tutorial. My name is Kaelyn, and today we're going to be putting together this rose and ivory double fold mini bookshelf. You can see it folds open into two little bookshelves with these adorable little drawers that can hold your mini books. Now you can see here that I made this my back cover, but you can also switch these around as we're assembling this. You'll see that you can select this to be your back cover as well. So let's follow along and I'll show you how we can make this. So to start, I've gone ahead and printed everything out on 110-pound pen and gear cardstock, and I've also cut everything out. So our next step is going to be to score along these lines. This isn't something that you have to do, but it does make it a lot easier to fold later because a lot of these lines need to be sort of precise. So I'm going to show you how we do that. Here I have a scoreboard. We should have a link down to our Amazon shop below where you can get some of these items. And I'm going to line things up. We've drawn on ours with Sharpie to make the lines easier to see. And we're just going to score everywhere that there's a line. So now all of my lines have been scored and it will make it easier to fold them. I'm going to go ahead and do this to all of my pieces that have lines on them. There's a lot of different pieces in this kit and you just want to keep following those lines, scoring along them, and then we'll be able to come back and fold everything and glue it down. So now that I've gone in and scored all of my pieces, I'm going to set the rest of them off to the side and just start with these largest pieces of the kit. And to begin, we're going to start by folding back these four skinny edges, just like this. Now normally I would prefer to use glue for a project like this, but for the sake of time and not having to let everything dry, I'm going to be using this runner tape. So you can choose the option that you think works best for you. Glue will probably have better longevity and will last better, but the runner tape will dry quicker and will be a faster project. All right, so now that we have our edges taped back, we can start taping these gray flaps to the side to create a box like this. So for this part, you're going to put it on the gray side, not the white, for your tape or glue, and then attach it to the back. And then the same thing on this side. All right, and now we have our first little inside box. So we're going to do the same thing with this other portion of the cabinet. So now we should have both of the inner portions of our cabinet. We'll set those aside and work on assembling the shelves. Now we're going to assemble our 4 shelves. So to start, it's going to be very similar to this portion, where we're going to fold back these edges and then glue the tabs. Going in with my runner tape. So here's the first of our little inserts for our cabinet, shelves. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these 3, and then we'll move on to the next step. So now that we have all 4 of our shelves assembled, we're going to move on to assembling the drawers. Now these are very similar to the shelves. They're just going to be a little bit more complex, so I'm going to help walk you through it. To start, we're going to begin by folding along this center line. And then we're going to glue all of this, or tape all of this down. Everything's getting taped except for these tabs. And then we're going to take this top piece here and fold it backwards. And these pieces are going to be folded inwards. And then we're going to add some tape to the back of these flaps here and attach them inside like this. And then to finish off our drawer, we're going to fold these parts in and then attach our front portion to those tabs. Now we have our drawer. I'm going to go ahead and assemble the other one, and then we'll move on to the next step. So we have the inner portions of our cabinet assembled. You can see how these will fit inside like this. And I'm going to set these off to the side. And we're going to add the backs. So here I have my 2 pieces, and we're going to start by folding along the lines that we've already scored. Now again, to attach these, you can use either tape or glue. Just be aware if you're using tape that you'll want to make sure you get it right on there the first time, because it can't really shift. Once the tape sticks, it's stuck. So I'm actually going to fold these back ever so slightly. And then I can make sure that I've got everything lined up. You can see right here from earlier, I have a little spot of white. I'm a bit of an aggressive scorer, so if that happens to you, you can cover that up with a little bit of Distress ink. And that can just help hide those white spots if that happens to you. Let's go ahead and do the same thing to this one. All right, so we've got our backs on there, and now we can work on attaching the tops and the bottoms. To begin, we'll start by adding the bottoms. Same thing on this one. All right, so now we can do the tops. And what we want to do is create a mirror image when this is folded. So I would recommend making sure that these are right side up, not upside down, and then putting them together like this, and then placing your tops on to see which way they'll need to go. So you can see if we do it this way, then they'll be facing opposite, and we want them to be mirror images. So now that I've got that, it's going to be the same as the bottoms. This is facing inward. All right, so now we've got our backs and our tops and our bottoms. So for the sides, we're going to take our two pieces that are cut in half, and we're going to make sure that they are, again, like we did with the tops, mirroring each other. So one on this side, one on this side. See how they'll come together. And I know I've said this a couple times, but just make sure you have things right side up. It's very discouraging to realize that you glued it on upside down. So for our other side, this is what's going to actually attach the two pieces together. So I'm going to add tape, a good amount of it, and then stick this down. All right, and that is it for our box. I would definitely recommend doing that last portion with glue because it does want to pull away a little bit. Let's see if I can secure it just a little bit more. But if you do the whole thing with tape, I would at least recommend putting on this last folded piece with glue because it is what holds your box together. So now we have our box pretty much assembled, and I'm going to insert these shelves. Now I think earlier I had shown you two of these and the drawer. There are actually 3 shelves that come with this kit. I realized that we hadn't printed off the third one, so that's my bad. So you'll have 3 shelves in there, and then your drawer slides into that last shelf. Now on this side, I've glued these down, and I'd recommend doing that because it adds a little bit of durability and sturdiness to your bookshelf here. But for the sake of time, I'm going to leave these ones loose. So now what we're going to do is flip this over. So we're going to use a little bit of our mounting tape to create a 3D effect on our bookshelf. So you want to find your matching images, line them up, and then add some tape to create that effect. All right, now to finish this off, this kit comes with 3 little labels, and you can pick your favorite one to add into this blank space here. I like my little book nook, so I'm going to use that one. So to finish out this video, I wanted to show you guys how this bookshelf looks with a couple of mini books inside of it. Here I've printed off our Autumn Blush mini books. They're super pretty. I'll give you a little sneak peek inside a couple of them. And we have lots of mini books to choose from in our Etsy shop. So go ahead and take a look and find the ones that you love, or maybe you already have some printed off. And this will be a great way for you to store them at home. So I'm just going to tuck these in here. You can put them vertically like this, or you can stack them kind of like you would on a bookshelf you might have at home and put something on top of them. Little bottles, if you have those, would be cute. So they can fit in just like this. You can see these have some really pretty spines on them. Or you can also put them down in this little drawer. again, they can fit either this way, or you could lay them down this way, whatever works for you. And now our Rose and Ivory double fold mini bookshelf is complete. I hope you'll give it a try. Take a look at our Etsy shop and all our mini books and other bookshelves that we offer. Hope this was helpful for you, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.